How's it going, everyone? This is CripToeJesus here. I would just like to do a little show and tell for ChainLens. Um, so, what is ChainLens? You could say in a very nerdy way that it's centralization, utilizing decentralization as a platform, if you will. It's bringing decentralized protocols to a centralized spot for the end user as a utility, if you want to be nerdy about it. But really, what it is it's a wallet scanner. It's market watch. It's swapping. It's your basics all in one, just to make your life easy. Um, Now, I've got all these tabs open, and if you are trading in crypto, on any of these three chains, your workflow might look a little something like this, where you have millions of tabs open for all the different purposes. What I have done here is pretty much took the capabilities of all of these tabs and put them into one. Um, where the inspiration comes from is this app right here, pool.pm. Very simple. Uh, as it says right here, you can search any one of these criterias. A pool, which is all these right down here, a wallet, a handle. If you have the asset or policy ID, you can search them directly. So, just for instance, there's my wallet. Go ahead and click enter, and boom, I have instant access to my Cardano assets, all coin and NFT alike. Um, I've always loved using this website. It even has this like little zoom in and out button so you can kind of get different viewpoints. If you have multiple of a single asset, it groups it by its policy ID. So, like my little sappies, I click it and then it shows all of the ones that I have. Um, Very handy. It's the fastest way that I can go and get a full quality version of my NFT and right click save as. Okay, very simple to use. I've always loved the interface and just the simplicity of it, and it was a massive inspiration behind me building ChainLens. Now, my whole idea here was I loved it so much, but then wondered why it didn't exist elsewhere. Why Solana didn't have an equivalent, or Ethereum have an equivalent, or any one of its millions of L2s didn't have an equivalent to something so simple. Um, Now, you could just go to something like Etherscan and then look up your wallet, um, and view the contents of what's in that wallet. Um, it looks like, yeah, it looks like even though it says domain, I guess it might only support ENS, and mine is a unstoppable domain. So, one moment while I just quickly grab my wallet address and we'll search that instead. Oh, that's not exactly. Okay, I see. Anyway, I don't know why their search tool works like that, but there we go. Now you can see all the different transactions, right? And if I go here, I can go see the NFT transfers. And most of the time, when I've ever seen it, it's always just been this NFT logo. This is actually the first time I've seen it actually pop up with the image. That's very interesting. I don't know, maybe it has done that the whole time, but most of the time, whenever I've looked, it has not shown that. And I mean, here's one, for instance. I know what this NFT is. It doesn't show the image, but I know there is an image associated with it. Um, so, yeah, there's a few of them here that are like that. that was one annoyance that I had, was if I ever wanted my Ethereum NFTs to right click save as, either on my phone or my computer, whatever, it was always a hassle. Same thing with Solana. Now, I'm not going to go do the exact same thing, but you get the gist. There's a Cardano scan, a Solana scan, an Ether scan, and then you can even look at the different L2s. They all have their own. I'm pretty sure there's a way you can actually view them here somewhere. I don't really feel like doing all that searching right now. All right, so that's just if you wanted to like view the transactions in a wallet for the most part. Um, and then, if you wanted to make some trades, depending on the chain you're using, you might have to go to a whole different website for that. So there's Jupiter if you're on Solana, if you're using an ETH or any of its L2s, you got something like Uniswap. And for Cardano, there's something like Dex Hunter, which is actually a aggregator and points the trades to the different dexes and whatever. I just use this for simplicity. A lot of people do, to be honest. Um, and then let's just say you wanted to check the general market, not so much like um, meme coins and alt coins to the native token and blah blah blah. You just want to see like everything from Bitcoin and whatever. You might go to something like Coin Market Cap or CoinGecko or whatever. You might even use Dex Screener if all you do is meme coins on Solana. Um, and then another way you could view your NFTs, you would have to go to again, depending on the chain you're using, you might have to go to a different website and search for the collection, or go to your profile, whatever. Um, and then one thing that I really like about, say, OpenSea and Magic Eden is that you can view multi-chain. And I would say that OpenSea had a better implementation by showing everything and then kind of giving you a hint of what chain it comes from in the top corner there. Love that idea. Um, just it wasn't ideal to always have to go to OpenSea from my mobile, but again, this is one way you could do it. Absolutely. Um, Let me just make sure. Is there Solana on here, or is this just all ETH and L2s? I don't see any Solana. So, yeah. So, I mean, you could get all your Ethereum stuff here, and that's fine. And then if you wanted Solana and quite a bit of the most popular L2s, and there is Bitcoin, but I believe they're sunsetting that, um, you could go here and do that. One thing I don't like about what Magic Eden does in comparison is that there's no like choice for all chains, so you have to select the chain that you want to view um, to see the contents of what's inside of it. Kind of annoying, in all honesty. Doesn't always load everything. Um, Shows a lot of scam stuff that like this that you have to like get rid of or whatever. Um, Also makes it confusing when you have multiple accounts. So this is specifically my Abstract Global Wallet wallet address, which is different than the other, but it's under the same wallet. Anyway, as confusing as it is, um, you know, that is one thing you can do to view them. It's not always ideal, and you get this, and sometimes this happens. So again, there were so many different little frustrations that I had with the decentralized nature of cryptocurrency and blockchain tech. As much as I love it, um, everything being decentralized can actually just be a cluttered mess. So I built ChainLens to say, what if you could do this? Goodbye. 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 Bye. You can see the trend, right? Um, you know, and then one interface that does all of what you basically just saw there. The only thing that I don't have implemented yet, and I'll get into why in a minute, is NFT marketplace aggregation. I don't know if I even want to go down that path right now, but if I do, I will definitely make an update for it on the ChainLens Twitter. Make sure to follow it, ChainLens NFT, on Twitter. Now, to watch it in action, if you don't feel comfortable putting your addresses in right away, totally fine. Just click the little load test. And what it'll do is it'll put my addresses in there. Okay? Um, I also have domains for all of this. So what I'm going to do is just show off the fact that it works for all of them. Oh, I always think it's SNS, but it's SOL. And very simple for Cardano. Love it. And then just as simple as that, you just hit scan. You'll see resolved. I need to add that also to the Solana so that it kind of has some feedback about it actually did go through. And then that loading bar, I might add a loading bar into the thing there. All right. So again, the first thing that popped in my head was I want to see my NFTs. So this was the very first function that I created right here. I just wanted to see them all in one spot. I wanted it to look nice. That's it. If there were GIFs or moving images of some kind, I wanted that function to just work. Your images, just like that. A really cool thing too, I did notice with the Cardano specifically that it works, but if I go here and go open image in new tab, it actually points you right to the IPFS link, and boom, you get the full quality version of it. I don't think that it does that with all chains, specifically Monad. I don't think it does it. Uh, yeah, it does some little preview thing. I'll look into why it does that and hopefully get the full size because I don't. It's definitely not 250 by 250 pixel. But anyway, I digress. Almost everything else should point you directly to the native image. I think it's actually just Monad that needs the fixing. Other ones, I'm gonna have to look into this as well. Let's just say this image isn't actually an image. It will take you to the image, but this is actually a song. I don't have the capability yet to have like the actual song content playable, but I will look into it. Um, I know it might be different also depending on the platform, but I would love to be able to view my Tory Lanez album, uh, sure, my own song, and all these other ones, and then even my one that's on Cardano. I might actually have hit it. Oh no, it's right here. See, this one also just no metadata found. So there's a few things that don't work entirely, like the multimedia. So I'll look into fixing that. Um, and then I think it would be perfect at that point. If you don't like it in the grid view, you can always go to a list view. I don't think it looks too great with NFTs, but I made it just in case someone else liked it. There is also a hide or a blacklist button that will pop up over every single token of any kind, meme coins, NFTs, all of it. So if there's something that pops up in your wallet and you're like, I don't even want to look at that, it will do like a local save into your temporary files or like cache data sort of deal in your browser. So that way you don't have to worry about it. Every time you go to like look at your wallets, it'll remember which ones you have hid. Um, I thought that was really cool. And then you can also change the sorting. I mean, if you go by value, it's no, I don't know how accurate it is because the data doesn't actually provide any um, value. So I'm not really sure what it's doing to figure that out. You can go A to Z. Chain priority is just default. I'm probably going to change the name of that to default after. Um, I won't get into the antics behind it, but there's a reason that it's sorted the way it is. Now, if you go into tokens, you can keep it in the grid view if you want and view some of them in their high quality and some of them in their low quality greatness. Or you can just go ahead, hit that list view, and get a more unified experience. And you should get accurate pricing here. This was one that I was pretty meticulous about. I wanted to make sure it knew how much coin was in the wallet, the native coin in which it's worth, and then the US dollar value in which it's also worth. Um, so I was pretty meticulous about that. It should be accurate now. I don't buy enough coins to tell you about these meme coins or whatever. These are all actually worthless, though. I have double, triple checked pretty much everything. Um, so you should see accuracy across the board. Um, and again, it's unified. It's all the chains in one. There's no clash here. It uses all your handle resolutions. In my eyes, this is perfection. Chef's kiss. Um, Another thing you might want to do is trade. So those very three platforms I showed you, Dex Hunter, Jupiter, Uniswap, I got a nice little trading widget for all of them right here in the swap hub. Don't even have to leave. You can just swap all your favorite coins right away. And if there's an ecosystem you want to participate in, maybe something like Cardano that you are not already, um, you know, you haven't dipped your toes into yet, you got simple swap right here. Let's just say you're on ETH or Solana or whatever, and you want to swap straight to Cardano. Don't do the BSC, just so you're aware. Use the native ADA. And then you would put you just go through all this. So let's just say you wanted to put over one whole Ethereum into ADA and get close to 7,000 ADA. So now you would put in your ADA address, and then you would put in your ETH or your payment, sorry, I believe. Or if you have the ETH, you can swap it just like that. There is a way you can also set this up for US dollar purchases. I don't think it's set up right now, but I will try and make that a thing too, just so you can make the purchase right here without having to go anywhere. But anyway, if you just wanted to swap from something in ETH, let's say you had a meme coin that shot up, you wanted to sell it, you sell it for your ETH right here in your little Uniswap terminal, and then you're like, you know what? I see this coin over here, Knight, I want to buy, but I don't have any ADA. Well, now you can swap that ETH that you just made into ADA, and then go into here and buy that Knight with that ADA, all without leaving the web page. Just an example. And let's just say all you want to do is check prices. Something very simple. Well, I use CoinGecko and Binance to power the top 100 right here that you'll just get immediately. And I don't know, let's just say I know Monad is not in the top 100 yet. Let's search it. Boom, there it is. It might take a little longer the first time. Just to add to your cache data, it'll load better the second time. So if I were to leave this for a few minutes without touching it or anything, it will disappear from the top. But any coin that you search, I don't know, let's go Gemini, it'll bring up the US dollar, I'm pretty sure. So because it's the first search, it'll take a minute. Sometimes that also happens. Although it shouldn't. Anyway, it was working earlier. But yeah, there we go. Monad is now gone, but again, you want to search it again, and boom, it pops back up. It is really weird that the Gemini isn't popping up. Um, there we go. See, it does work. I might have even just spelt it wrong and didn't notice. Maybe I should change the font or space it out or something, just so it's easier to read. But yeah, now you have both of them right there at the top. Anything that you search will automatically go into the top, and then after the refresh happens on the page, um, they will go away, and then I think for the next 10 minutes it'll stay cached, and then you could just search it and it should instantly pop up. So yeah, kind of cool. Also, if you want to like view different, like let's say you want all of Bitcoin's life cycle, you got that there. Let's say you want to do $100 trade into Bitcoin, it'll show you how much you'll get. All the basics of what you need for checking prices on the coins you like right in one spot. Let's say you're not a dark guy and you want the light mode. That works too. That there is ChainLens, folks. I hope you give it a try. I hope you let me know what you think about it. And hey, let me know what you like and dislike about it. You can catch me on Twitter uh, at CripToeJesus420. And you can follow ChainLens at ChainLens NFT. All right. You have yourself a great night, everyone.